I woke up on my honeymoon to my husband whispering another woman's name in the dark. He said she was dead. 2 weeks later, she sent me a video of herself standing over my sleeping body. And that's when I realized I was never the wife. I was just the cover story. If you've ever trusted someone completely, if you've ever believed love would protect you, and if you've ever wondered how deeply betrayal can cut, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because this story doesn't just end in revenge. It ends in something far darker. Our honeymoon night was supposed to be quiet. Not magical. Not dramatic. Just quiet. We were staying in a small hotel in Goa, one of those places that smells like saltwater, sunscreen, and old wood soaked in stories. The ocean light slipped lazily through the curtains, painting the walls in soft silver lines. Outside, waves breathed in and out like the world was finally calm. I was exhausted. The kind of tired that sinks straight into your bones. I don't even remember falling asleep. I only remember waking up. Because something felt off. You know that feeling. When your body wakes before your mind. When the air feels heavier, thicker, like it's watching you. I opened my eyes. My husband wasn't beside me. He was sitting on the edge of the bed, his back turned, shoulders hunched like he was trying to disappear into himself. In his hands was a small wooden box. He was cradling it. Not holding it. Cradling it. The way someone holds something fragile, precious, loved. At first, my half-asleep brain tried to be kind. Maybe it's a gift, I thought. Something sentimental. Something romantic. Then I heard him whisper a name. Soft. Almost reverent. Anushka. My chest tightened so suddenly it felt like I'd been punched from the inside. Anushka. His ex-girlfriend. The one who had died 4 years ago. I knew about her. Of course I did. He told me early in our relationship, how she'd passed in an accident, how it shattered him, how it took years to move on. I told myself I wasn't jealous. How do you compete with a ghost? But seeing him like that, in the middle of our honeymoon night, whispering her name like a prayer, something cold began to crawl through my stomach. What are you doing? I asked. My voice was groggy, soft, vulnerable. He flinched so hard the box nearly slipped from his hands. He turned around, eyes wide, guilt splashed across his face like spilled ink. Nothing, he said quickly. Too quickly. He slid the box under his pillow like a child hiding something forbidden. Just thinking. I sat up. The sheets felt suddenly unfamiliar. Too tight. Too warm. What's in the box? I asked. He hesitated. Not a second. Not two. Too long. It's. He swallowed. Anushka's ashes. The room went numb. You brought your ex-girlfriend's ashes on our honeymoon? She always wanted to come to Goa, he said quietly, still not looking at me. Then, without waiting for my response, he stood up and walked into the bathroom. The door clicked shut, and I was left alone with the sound of the ocean, and my heart pounding in my ears. Brain Part 3. Instincts don't lie. Something about his voice bothered me. Not sadness. Not grief. But avoidance. Like someone repeating a rehearsed lie. I stared at the pillow. At the spot where the box disappeared. I told myself not to touch it. That it was wrong. Disrespectful. A violation of trust. But another voice, quieter, sharper, whispered back. If you don't look now, you'll regret it forever. When the shower started, I reached out. The box was lighter than I expected. That was the first red flag. Ashes have weight. Inside, there were no ashes. No dust. No remains. Instead, a gold chain, engraved with the name Anushka, neatly folded letters, tied with a faded ribbon, and a photograph. A recent photograph. Anushka stood smiling in front of a mirror. Alive. Healthy. Warm. My hands began to shake. At the bottom of the box was a note, handwritten in delicate cursive. When she falls asleep, meet me. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I went completely still. By 6 a.m., my bags were packed. Every movement felt mechanical, like my body was operating while my mind watched from somewhere far away. He came out of the bathroom, towel around his waist, steam trailing behind him. I want a divorce, I said. He didn't argue. Didn't ask why. Didn't beg. He just nodded. And for a split second, I saw something in his eyes. Relief. That's when I knew. I was never his wife. I was his disguise. 2 weeks later, I was staying at my parents' house, trying to stitch myself back together. That's when my phone rang. Unknown number. Did you enjoy Goa? A woman asked calmly. I hung up. That evening, an email arrived. Subject line. I'm sorry you found out this way. Attached was a video. CCTV footage. Hotel hallway. Timestamp. 2:17 a.m. I watched my husband leave the room. 5 minutes later, Anushka entered. She stood beside my sleeping body, looked down at me, then straight into the camera, and smiled. The email ended with one line. You made the right decision. He was never free. 3 days later, it was on the news. My husband was found dead in the same hotel room. Police ruled it a suicide. One item was missing. The wooden box. Sometimes, late at night, my phone lights up. WhatsApp notifications. Unknown contact. No messages. Just a profile picture. A smiling woman in front of a mirror. Name. Anushka. He manipulated. He used me as a shield. And in the end, the ghost he couldn't let go of became the truth that destroyed him. I didn't plan revenge. I didn't need to. The truth did it for me. They say the dead don't come back. But sometimes, the past never left. And sometimes, walking away is the only revenge you'll ever need. If this story gave you chills, hit like. Tell us in the comments, what would you have done? And if you want more stories where betrayal meets karma, subscribe. Because some secrets don't stay buried forever.